Because, see, again, I can prove that it's Jonestown, Branch Davidians, Havens Gate, and some other factions still running the Carney Hillbilly Ghetto War, and they're out of control. It's the same thing. So, again, St. Vincent's, let's see. White truck, set C. Let's see. Oh, one of your own, basically, some of you guys' own veterans pretty much have gone through the whole routine with you, with the group of same people. So they know it, and you can tell they're kind of sick of it too. But Bernard and them put everybody through it again. And then, African American female at St. Vincent's, one of the workers from Texas, Blue. So another source of where the infiltration came into Greg Faust's home or other people's home. Let's see. Oh, Gabriel. As like, and then the angel Gabriel. Then we go Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard the Chance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwall, Nelton Anderson, Don Wiley, 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bad Ford, Blue Boy Boxes, All-American Antilla, GPS Basso, Robo, Rapist Knife, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery, Jim Jones, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Morgan, Steve Jones, Baldy's Coast Negro. So again, Bernard and Perlita, if your regime, Karen and Coca-Cola, you guys basically run the same religious war. Always has been the same argument. Always been the same people that screwed it up. Bernard, if you have one, or Perlita, if you have a black, it's an illegal one, and that's all the group of you have ever done. The group of you destroyed the blue children and murdered them, and you lie. You guys sectioned it out. Those three cults, like I said, still run the same religious war and pretend that they're not. Your own soldiers pretty much know it. Probably who are older than me pretty much run through the routine with St. Vincent's and the group of you, Bernard, and they confirm it. Carney man. They're kind of sick of it. That's all the Negroes and the hillbillies do, pretty much. Fight over it. Set C, Ford truck. Source of where, trace back torture. Let's see, the C in the C sound in the air. Texas. So maybe George Bush already knew and watched you guys abuse the living shit out of the kids. After that was another royal family that tried to hook you all up. So the blue and the red. So we kind of understand that Elton and the red Negroes might have screwed over the Bushes or whatever. And then they see mine as a blue, so they screw over my father. So the music and stuff probably existed, and then the guerrilla Negroes run around with the gangs and steal it. Gabriel the angel. So if you're doing the religious story, if you believe in Christ, Harry, well, a long time ago it might have been Gabriel the angel that beat you all down, the fallen angel. Possibly. There's a song called Matrix has one. So we got Robo Knight and all them running around, Carney acting and all that shit. It's the same thing. You guys run the same problem. Jonestown and all of them are out of control. So the first people, like I said, supposedly I'm not American, and I had to enlist. But Bernard, I'm selective service. I really don't have to enlist. I know the military and the FBI, CIA listen. And so the first people you would want to pretty much protect would be the military, wouldn't it? The Navy and the Coast Guard, and you warn them, and they pretty much, if I know it, they probably know it. The police officers know it. So you want to warn them to protect their families and keep it away, which is what some of them teach them anyway. We know which women that Bernard's little regime's jealous of, and starting with my cousins Holly and Amanda Peeler, because they want to do the McBride. That's the only reason why dude was there mocking it. Or Haley Miranda Schwartz of the Boots, the Israelis, or Meredith Boots, the Blue Girls, so which leads to the other Blue Girls, or Sasha Dimes, or Bailey and Bailey Kintier, Kimberly Beswick. Basically, Bernard and Perlita, you sit there and talk shit about how you guys rule the earth with the Negroes, but you have everybody fight the war for you. Then they try to clean it up, but we can't, because you're David and them supposedly are the top thing. But David, you're becoming a threat. Because if I had real military command, and this is why they probably prevented me from doing this a long time ago, is that you'd be done for already. Those cults would not be allowed to exist. So as soon as they decided to do their suicide thing, I would have vaporized it. Your hive, Bernard, that you keep trying to recollect in with the Negroes is sick. You guys refuse treatment. You guys want to play Carniac and breed through it, and you're doing it on purpose to continue your warfare tactic. Well, it's becoming predictable, and your own military soldiers are already pretty much figuring out the redundancy in it, Bernard, so what do you want me to do? Some of them even help to try to fix it. Want me to beat them down or something? I'm not. They just go, what do you do? Warn the current military and the police officers, firefighters, doctors, teachers, to stay clear and be as much away from it as possible, and which women that group of the Bitted Bad Fort Carney obsess over. So I'm still trying to figure out Pickett Street, Jamaica Street, and the leader of the earth there. What's their fucking point? When the cult was already proven to be out of control. And all three of them. And the Negroes. Go then, go. Wow, what a gift you've set into the world to teach, Joe. Destroyed an entire city and constantly lied. So that David Balafag and Morad and the Red Randy and all them can sit there and pretend to be war heroes and grift with the Carnies. So it's Karen and the Carnies, just swap them back and forth. And you're wondering why, Indian boy, you're having problems, huh? With the Indian woman and the Episcopal Church man and claiming that black. So again, GPS Night and Oyster Cracker Man and Bernard, if you guys got one, it's illegal and you guys use it for crime anyway, which would make sense about what Hillary's doing and what he lied about. So you guys do the same hillbilly war rodeo. What do you want an award for, Bernard? You've already announced war intentions and which nations you want to go after. So if I was any military command like Jewish Colonel Melkor or Colin Powell, those would be the first nations I would ally with and tell them of you people's intent. There's also a reason why the Bushes probably worked with the Arabs, because they already knew the group of you were going nutter. Why you guys come up with conspiracy theories? Because they probably knew of the Carney Dinkadome. And you guys screwed over Greg and or Jay Beswick. Or Jewish Colonel Molko, Colin Powell, any high-ranking official. So I'm trying to figure out Bitted Bat Fort, Carney, Bernard, and Perlin and Dave. What's your point? To destroy everything because it's fun? Predictable. Made up story to cover for a fucking fag cowboy that ripped up everybody's kids and forced them into warfare or a sex trade or a work trade. That's what your story is starting to repeat into, Harry and Joe and Dave and Perlita, as you guys supposedly solved the great investigation for the Antilla Man, and he's a failure. Because you guys still rely on those coats to fight the religious war, and destroyed several cities in defiance of the woman that knew what she was doing to place in African American women as leaders, and I already know how their mating culture is and how they're going to treat other women, which means their war is also predictable, and who is running it. So for Barack Obama right now is probably a good position because I get to go talk to other nations and tell them what's going on with Super Hottie Chicks. And Super Hottie Chicks probably going around doing the same thing. While me and Haley the Schwartz, where you guys are still fighting over the Disney wedding that didn't happen. Or with Married to Boots. Or the dissemination of Texas. So Dave, they let you run around like a miscreant, but it's nothing I'm going to worship you for, dummy. Because it's all become detectable by your own military while you guys try to play all American. Point is, your hive is sick, Bernard. And I don't do guerrilla war. I see a problem. They let you guys live. I go, if you're suffering and in that much pain, done. Because it's more humane, to me anyway. But you guys like to use torture and all that. See, just something doesn't get through the carny mind. So you can keep flashing if you want, Bernard, but I don't give a flying fuck about your face or your memory, because you guys instituted the war and engaged on it yourselves through your own proven behavior. You just want sympathy. And if you don't get it, then you guys do torture hillbilly mode. And guess what? The game still goes on without you, Bernard. And guess what? With that set of girls, if they got them, you know, all nice and protected and hired them while you're trying to run the fake murder mystery or whatever, you know, I can guarantee you, Bernard and Perlita and Dave and that group, you won't win.